witnessed the final days, our impressions cannot fail to be colored by our own experiences and expectations. Those who lived through it would have perceived the event quite differently. We must bear in mind that it is no simple matter to keep the truth alive, or it will die with Emmett Selk and his kin. But we have disturbed Tuna long enough. Fanau will serve similarly well as a venue for our contemplations.
Big old We learned nothing of the Asians, but the potential link between the Echo and preternatural star showers is intriguing. Tiuna is the reason I took up spellcraft, you know. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine her tomb would be found, let alone that we would be the ones to have the honor to do so. I sorely underestimated the defenses of these ruins. Perhaps it was right to urge caution. By your pensive expression, I take it the tomb has given you much to think about. That is well. In time the knowledge you have gleaned will lead to understanding, and thus arm you for what is to come. Before you leave, however, I would speak again of the teachings of our forebears, of history learned, not lived. The legend of Tiuna and her exploits has been told countless times over the centuries, yet as it is handed from one generation to the next, the story changes. With each telling of the tale, there are new flourishes, details changed or lost. We can never truly know how she lived, for we were not there to see it. But we are here now to bear witness to your life. We have seen the change you have wrought, the echoes that will endure long after you are gone. And though it too will change in time, I swear to you, we shall do our best to preserve your story. I hope you'll forgive me if I don't make an oath of my own. But I think it goes without saying we could never misspeak of your heroism. Perish the thought! So long as we are here, there are none among the Vis who will not know of all you have done for Novrand. We are not deserving of such reverence, but we are grateful all the same. You can be certain we will have our own tales to tell of the Grand Guardians of Raktika and the ruins of Ronka. I pray your safe travels then. As ever, we shall await your return with open arms. An old friend. By all rights, you should be departing for the Crystarium, but your Stola does not seem ready to return. Oh god. Exquisite beef stew. Yes. Money! Bonk. Although we learnt naught of the Asians, the insight we gained into the Echo made our trip worthwhile. Before we return to the Crystarium, however, there is a small matter I would attend to in Slitherbar. Might I trouble you to come with me? Of course. Thank you. After we arrive, we should have a brief word with Runa. Perhaps we should create a new mural in your honor, and as a record for future generations. What do you think? In the short time we've known you, it feels as though we've experienced a lifetime of adventures we are not like to forget. So long as the Vis live, we shall preserve the truth of your deeds. Ah, bugger it. Let's be lazy. Runa appears to be in characteristically high spirits.
Alexander, it is good to see you. You've arrived at a most opportune time. I was preparing a pot of my famous stew. Come, I will ready a place for it.
I'm sorry, Runa, but we haven't the...
Please, I insist. It will only take a minute.
My apologies, Alex. It seems our return to the Crystarium will be delayed. But perhaps only for a bit, if you'd assist me with my work. I say work, but it is rather more a chore. I must clean my chambers here in Slitherbar from top to bottom. If you would be so kind as to go and fetch a broom from Asgare, we might finish before Runa is done cooking. Hi guys!
A broom for Master Matoya? I cannot imagine why you would have need of such a thing, but here you are. It is old but sturdy and sure to suffice.
That's a wall. I trust Sega was able to find a broom for us. But that broom, this well-worn broom, has seen many a spring and summer in Slitherbar, swishing and sweeping, sweeping and swishing. Sweep, swisharoo! Well worn. Good. This would prove difficult otherwise. Though I must say, I think I did rather well for not having a broom thus far. Yes, well, you weren't buried beneath a veritable avalanche of books when you entered, were you? Right. Anyway, it is time I finished cleaning with the help of that broom. You didn't honestly think that I'd do it the old-fashioned way? The broom is more than capable of sweeping by itself. Or rather, it will be. Time to rise, time to swish and sweep. A tidy chamber you must keep. To this task you shall be bound, until no dust is to be found. In this one particular respect, I've no objection to following in Master Matoya's footsteps. In future, I may need you to remind me the pursuit of knowledge does not preclude other equally important duties, such as maintaining clean quarters for said pursuit. I will dearly miss this place, these people.
Master Matoya. Pardon the intrusion, but the stew is ready. Don't know why I've changed his voice there, but okay.
Is something troubling you? You've been rather quiet.
No, everything is fine, I assure you. It's been a long day is all.
I see. Y'shtola, thank goodness you're still here. Atheno, I thought you were following Ardbert. I was. Though I'm sad to say I lost track of him shortly after entering these woods. He seemed determined to traverse every arm of Novrat in his quest to spread the truth of the Warriors of Light and the Flood. And it seems news of your address at the Crystarium precedes him at every destination, making his task all the more simple. It remains to be seen to what ends he encourages the people to become Warriors of Light themselves. But there's no denying that his words have struck a chord with many. Well, we're all agreed that this is just another Asian ploy, yes? They've commandeered corpses before, and to no good end. I see no reason to think this time is any different, especially when it's that of a fallen warrior of light. I doubt we'll learn more if we remain a step behind.
His next destination is in all likely Slitherbound.
Alice, are you certain you should be here? If you're concerned about Haldrick and the others, you needn't be. Their treatment is going well, but progress is slow and exhausting for all of us. The best thing I can do now is let them rest, so I believe we were about to discuss how to arrange a meeting with our would-be Warrior of Light. Before visiting any towns or villages, Ardbert would hunt down and slay a nearby Sin-Eater to earn the locals' trust. Our best chance of getting ahead of him is to find one before he starts. Before he does.
Thankfully, Thancred and Reen have returned from the empty and have taken up the search. Reen believeth one may lurk beneath the boughs of woven oath.
Then that is where we will start our search.
Master Matoya. A warm bowl of stew will be awaiting your return.
I look forward to it.
Scree!
can sense no other Sin Eaters in the area. I hope this means Albert will be coming this way soon.
If you were hoping to vent your frustrations on our Eater friend here, I can only apologize.
Few as they are now, it took us no time at all to track it down.
That suits our purpose perfectly. Now we need only wait for Ardbert to arrive.
Weren't you two meant to be attending to the empty?
We were, and are, but we can hardly ignore the rest of the world. So we thought we might see how things were coming along. From what we can gather, the answer is strangely.
Right now, we think we can do more good here.
It is heartening to have all present.
Indeed. We will be glad of the additional hands should matters escalate.
Our quarry has come. It seems I've lost this particular race. Although I suppose it's only fair. When we first met, it was I who outpaced you. Ravana, was it? But where are my manners? I wouldn't be here were it not for you, and I have yet to say a word of thanks.
Yeah! Ask whether he wishes Settle were here.
Poor fellow. He will be sorely missed.
Yes. I thought you were supposed to be good at this.
Very well. Let us forego this pretense. After all, it was never you that I needed to deceive. Yes, it is I, Elizabeth. Through your time in Emet-Selk's imitation of our home, I dare say you have gained a better understanding of my role since last we met. Not that it matters.
We understand your role, emissary, but not your goal. What is it that you seek to achieve?
I seek to enact the will of the Convocation, of course. If it helps you to think of me as but another Ascian, no different in nature or purpose from the rest, you are welcome to do so.
Once, I would have said your goal was destruction alone. Now I understand that you fight for something you love, just as we do. Yet though we seem doomed to clash, I bid you consider Emet-Selk's final words. Remember that we once lived, he said. Had he not seen some glimmer of hope in our kind, I do not believe he would have spoken thus.
None better understood your plight than he. His words must surely be worthy of your consideration.
Emmett Selk. How very unlike you to err so gravely. That one should stray at the end of so onerous a path is understandable, but I had thought you above such weakness. Mayhap you thought the same. Would that I had been present to offer correction. But I shall do so now, as is my duty, and return all to its proper course. As for you, look at yourselves. Look at your history. Look back 100 short years to how your greatest warriors were undone. And now, at but a word from me, you raise your hands in answer like the puppets you are. Naught has changed. You fail, and you fail, and you learn nothing. Allow that which is most important to slip through your fumbling fingers like so many grains of sand, again and again and again, and you would remember us. You do forget yourselves. There is no common ground to be found between you and I, nor do I require any. I have my duty.
Wait!
Well, we have confirmed the identity of our foe at least, and 'tis safe to say his objective is the rejoining.
But we still have no idea how playing the part of a warrior of light will further his cause, nor why he would spur others to do the same.
Another visit to the Tempest may shed some light upon these mysteries. Whether we are to exchange words or blows with Elidibus at our next meeting, the fact remains, we know too little. Ere our paths cross again, I would learn more of the world that once was, and of Elidibus himself. In this, we would be best served going directly to his home, much as Emmett Selk came to ours.
Though I see the wisdom in thy suggestion, the Amarot we visited is but a phantom born of Emmett Selk's memory. I fear it will teach us little that we do not already know.
I quite agree. Yet the ruins of the actual city remain unexplored. Given the vastness of the Tempest, I should not be surprised were there more such structures like to those in which the Ondo reside.
Since what we learned, I want to know. I want of a better option. As long as you don't make me do any chores. Gotta have that sass.
Keep that up and I'll send you to bed without supper.
Oh, meow.
Assuming we are all in agreement, then I suggest we first pay a visit to the Ondo. If anyone can tell us where more ruins are to be found, it is them.
Ah, joy. What have we got? Some crit. Rusk biscuit. Oh, surrounded. Would that I had found the words to deny Elidibus. We are so much more than he believes us to be, and yet... Am I the only one who sees the irony in Ardbert calling us puppets? I hate to leave him like that. Gods, they can't even let a man rest in peace. Thancred told me what La Habrea did to him. I can't imagine how he's feeling right now. Disdain and obfuscation. It's a word I can't say very well. What is the true design, emissary? What is thy true design? Deep designs. Y'shtola would have you depart for the Tempest without delay. Alphino has the right of it. Let us pay a visit to the Ondo. We should speak with Tolshar. First, as chieftain, he is doubtless privy to a great many secrets. I'm sad that in that entire time we were there we didn't get a single chance to hear Lahis. Alright. I'm glad to have the opportunity to visit the Tempest again. It's so lovely here, like a different world entirely. The last time we were here, the Ondo sent us to slay a massive creature. 'Twas as large as a Leviathan, twice as angry, and, yes, of course, I jest. It was only half as large. Mayhap we should find the secrets we seek in these depths. We shall, rather, should their keepers consent to aid us. Perhaps we might look in on Parshon while we're in the area. Don't be shy now. This place feels much less ominous than the first time we were here. Then again, we did have the shadow of your impending death hanging over us.
I have sent for no finless ones. Perhaps you instead come seeking something of us. Ruins which your kind have yet to explore? Yes, I know of these, or something along those lines. It went by too quick. I know of one such place. Alas, under these circumstances, I am afraid we can spare none to guide you there.
And what circumstances are these?
Rather than hunt for our own meals, the Benthos have pillaged our stores of Meniri liver. They must be replenished with haste.
The Benthos, a particularly virulent tribe of Ondo, if I recall.
A band of bottom feeders. We all lost much in the flood, but while others work to rebuild, they resort to thievery and murder. Murder. Revenge, they call it, when they prey upon your kind. But do not be fooled. They care not who they harm. Would that the warriors would that we had the warriors to challenge them. This is not the first time they have stolen from us. But there is no resource more precious than liver. All must dedicate themselves to the hunt.
Unless, of course, we were to reclaim the livers for you. It seems a fitting payment for vital information, does it not? Moreover, one could argue that by employing Bismarck to reach these depths, thereby driving back the waters, we are in part responsible for the deeds of those driven to desperate ends by the changing climate. One good turn and all that. We certainly can't leave them like this. Could we not simply hunt the Rhaenyra ourselves? One good turn. I thought you might say that. You've never been one to miss an opportunity to help. Claiming the stores it is then.
We would be grateful beyond words if you did. The men costs have surely taken the livers back to the Flounder's Floor. But be warned, there will be no shortage of guards waiting to spear intruders.
Then we will then we will have care not to draw their attention, shall we? I think I said that wrong. But yeah, all the words were there.
The Flounder's Floor is to the northwest. We ought to keep our distance. Were we not in dire straits, I would advise you do the same.
Bum bum bum. Bum bum. Do do do. Do 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 do. Ba 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 da da. Do 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 do. Ba 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 da ba. Do 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 do. You're nervous? Me? Not at all. It's a bit dark though, isn't it? Definitely not haunted though. Certainly not. Of course not, Alfie. Why would it be haunted? Boo! Oh, for goodness sake. They're not much of a threat one-on-one. But Tall Shah was right about their numbers. If we fight them all, we'll be here a fortnight. To just fly over them then. If I were a bandit leader, I'd truly keep my spoils deep within my stronghold. These aren't livers, but they're certainly stolen from somewhere. Must you, sir, really? Unless wheat had started growing on the sea floor since last I checked. Thrusting your hand in each second turn, you find that all are filled with wheat down to the bottom. You also find that raw wheat is unpleasantly pointy. Fair, fair. Let's see if I missed any other NPCs on the way. Okay, I think that's where it's gonna be. Anyone? Guess not. Time to go stick me hands in some sacks. Clame cask. On cursory sniff, you detect the faint aroma of fresh oranges, a far cry from the rather memorable scent of Maniri liver. These boxes are filled with assorted vegetables. Liver, funnily enough, not a vegetable. At least not that I know of. Ah, hello, Oriange. Reen scales the wall with remarkable swiftness. Thancred taught her well. I was literally just about to say, where's Reen? Is she up here? Reen? The Shoebell! Shoebell's staring at Rin. Just staring.